Welcome to Sundry Sports for Monday, June 15th, beginning with Cowboys Wire, brought to you by USA Today. 2021 mock draft sends Cowboys replacements for Jarwin and Clinton Dix. I read about this yesterday. I didn't click on it, but I don't really care about your mock draft, honestly. That's there. Futurama, why Cowboys are regarded as having dynasty-capable talent. There's no doubt plenty of reasons to be excited to be a Cowboys fan entering the 2020 season. During the offseason, they revamped the coaching staff. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Except for the damper of the whole quarterback debacle. A Blake Jarwin breakout could fuel Cowboys' offense into stratosphere. We do need a suitable replacement for Witten. The offense for the Dallas Cowboys carried the team in 2019, finishing first in the NFL in yards a game. That's good to know. Try Flamingo. Should an 8-pack of blades really cost $32? We don't think so. That one is pink, so I'm assuming it's for women. I guess I get that flamingos are pink, but why would you name it Flamingo and make it pink if it wasn't for women? Cowboys news. DeMarcus Lawrence working. Dorrance Armstrong faces pivotal year. Long game. Ladouceur, yes, that was yesterday. Cowboys news. Van Der Esch, Jalen, Connor Williams need to step up. Yep. What, Sean Lee is playing, though. He's still playing, right? Richard Sherman, blah, blah, blah. How long are they going to be talking about this? Cowboys news. Tyron's final star season. Best and worst Dallas' off season. Cowboys news, Randy Gregory's Rocky Road. Yes, that was been on here before. Okie dokie. Let's read this. Why Cowboys are regarded as having dynasty-capable talent. There's no doubt plenty of reasons to be excited to be a Cowboys fan entering the 2020 season. During the off-season, they revamped the coaching staff after parting ways with Jason Garrett, added key veterans during free agency, and had an excellent draft in April. Just recently, Gary Davenport of Bleacher Report ranked the 7 best teams set up for the future heading into the new season, and the Cowboys came in at number 4. Dallas ranked second in the NFC behind the San Francisco 49ers. The Kansas City Chiefs and Baltimore Ravens held down the top 2 spots respectively. And that would be in the AFC. It isn't hard to see why the Cowboys landed on this list when examining their moves over the last several months. It started with the signing of former All-Pro defensive tackle Gerald McCoy, who spent 2019 with the Carolina Panthers and will now take over duties at the 3-Tech as an upgrade over the departed Malik Collins. His teammate from a year ago, Dontari Poe, would join shortly after to play alongside him at the 1-Tech. Clinton Dix, a savvy veteran safety who played his best ball under new Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy in Green Bay, was added as an upgrade to Jeff Heath, who signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. I hope he's an upgrade. I liked Jeff Heath. They also added former All-Pro defensive end Aldon Smith, who was just recently conditionally reinstated after a 5-year hiatus. In the draft, the Cowboys saw a massive infusion of promising young talent. It all started with the selection of wide receiver CeeDee Lamb at 17, who, along with Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, gave the Cowboys one of the most dangerous receiving corps in the league. In the second round, Trayvon Diggs was taken at number 51, a long and physical corner with excellent ball skills who could be CB1 in 2020. In the third round, they added defensive tackle Neville Gallimore, a 300-pound wrecking ball that will add depth to the Cowboys' interior pass rush, playing both the 1-Tech and 3-Tech. The fourth round saw the Cowboys double up on young soldiers. First, they took another ball-hawking corner in Reggie Robinson, who will be in the mix for playing time early. Also, they took center Tyler Biadasz out of Wisconsin, who can compete with Joe Looney and Connor McGovern to take over starting duties with the retirement of Travis Frederick. Yeah. In the fifth round, the Cowboys may have gotten their best value for any draft pick by selecting edge rusher Bradley Anae and two-time two-time first-team All-Pac-12 performer out of Utah. A two-time. A technician with a history of violent tackles, and Nye will be heavy in the mix for playing time opposite DeMarcus Lawrence. Finally, in the 7th round, the Cowboys added more competition to the backup quarterback role by taking Ben DiNucci out of James Madison. As people start to take in DiNucci's film, more and more are becoming intrigued at his ceiling. Cowboys quarterback Ben DiNucci is really interesting. I'm writing him up this week and I'm finding high amounts of intrigue in his skill set. His ball location of the games I am charting is A to A+ stuff. Lots of underneath and quick game, but talk about ball on between the numbers over and over again. Of course, all of this new talent is being added to a roster that was already loaded. Quarterback Dak Prescott is coming off a career season with 4,902 yards and 30 touchdowns. Even when he plays well, we don't get anywhere, though. Ezekiel Elliott finished 4th in rushing, 2nd in all-purpose yards, and tied for 1st in 100-yard games for all running backs last season. Amari Cooper set career highs in yards, 1,189, touchdowns, 8, and yards per catch, 15.1. A year ago, Zach Martin and Tyron Smith each made the Pro Bowl, and Lyle Collins was snubbed, grading out as one of the best right tackles in the league in 2019. That takes care of the offense, but defensively, the Cowboys aren't too shabby either. DeMarcus Lawrence, despite his sack numbers taking a dip, was one of the better edge rushers in the league last season. Linebacker Jalen Smith took a step back last year, but did manage to finish tied for 6th in the league with 142 tackles. Alongside him will be Leighton Vander Esch, who's fully recovered from neck surgery, and Sean Lee, who filled in nicely for Vander Esch and registered also 90 tackles last season. The secondary is the weakness of the roster, as there hasn't been anyone who has already proven greatness. Xavier Woods will move to strong safety with the addition of Clinton Dix. The rest, Chidobe Awuzie, Jordan Lewis, and Anthony Brown, will all battle it out for snaps and a future with the club. Back to the defensive line, Randy Gregory will more than likely be reinstated with the new CBA no longer punishing players for positive marijuana tests. The Cowboys are young and talented and could very well be good for the foreseeable future. Cool. Okay. Okay, that was a long break. The ESPN Daily from ESPN. Good morning. Unanticipated side effect of watching Long Gone Summer. A strong yearning for a 30 for 30 focused solely on Ken Griffey Jr.'s swing. It was just so dang pretty. Turns baseball cap backward. Here's your ESPN Daily. Listen up. NBA players debate the bubble. With sign-off from the Players Union, the NBA's plan for a 22-team restart in Orlando, Florida seemed like it was all systems go. Then a group call surfaced deeper concerns from many players about health and safety protocol and who would or wouldn't face restrictions on life in the Orlando bubble. That conversation included discussion that a return to play would stall the momentum around the racial justice movement that has accelerated since the killing of George Floyd. On today's episode of the ESPN Daily Podcast, ESPN's Brian Windhorst joins host Mina Kimes to break down what has happened along the path to basketball's comeback, starting with the players' side, then detailing what he knows about the league's plans for coronavirus testing, logistics, and other realities of a late July start stays on track. We scrolled Twitter so you don't have to. Learning from the GOAT, soaking up all the knowledge. That's not privilege, is it? Not at all. Everybody gets to work out with Tom Brady. Those white kids get to work out with Tom Brady all the time. This is just equality, right? This isn't privilege. There are probably a lot of cool perks that come along with being primetime son, but getting to work out with Tom Brady has got to be tops. Over the weekend, Brady put Shedeur Sanders, son of Pro Football Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, through a workout. Shedeur is an ESPN four-star quarterback entering his senior season at Trinity Christian School in Cedar Hill, Texas. He is ranked 41st in the ESPN 300 and has already received offers from a plethora of schools, including Alabama, Georgia, LSU, and Michigan. Brady posted about the experience in his Instagram stories, saying, "When you're green, you grow. When you're ripe, you rot." The Bucs QB1 later commented on Sanders' post, "You will determine what your future holds. I'm always here for you." Deion Sanders also shared on his Instagram, "There are things in life even the Father can't teach the Son, but God always provides a way if there's a will. Tom Brady, I thank you, appreciate, and love the man, the father, and the athlete you are. This is next level type of stuff." Truth. Proverbs 22:6. Goat talk. Yeah, what Primetime said. Next level type of stuff. Respect. Things to care about. Where are you, baseball? Where do you want me to start? With the good news or the bad news? Who am I kidding? This is baseball in 2020. There is no good news to report. We're in the middle of June and MLB still hasn't made any tangible progress in solidifying its return. We have no agreement in place, no spring training in sight, no beginning of the season set, and no idea if or when baseball is going to be played. Bleak, I know. Most recently, the MLBPA, that would be Major League Baseball Players Association, rejected the owner's latest proposal, 72 games, 70% prorated salaries, and demanded MLB release a schedule. In a statement, MLBPA Executive Director Tony Clark said, "Further dialogue with the league would be futile. It's time to get back to work. Tell us when and where." Okay, that sounds promising, right? Maybe. MLB countered by saying the players refused to negotiate in good faith in the face of the coronavirus panic. Yep, panic. At the center of the dispute between the parties, money. More specifically, owners wanting TV revenue and to facilitate partnerships with networks, while players have rejected pay cuts throughout the process. 5 proposals have done little to bridge the gap. The league increased the percentages of salary players would receive in each of its 3 proposals, but decreased the number of games played, while the union started at 114 games to full pro rata and landed on 89 before declining to counter. If you find yourself incredibly frustrated by the situation, just know you're not alone. Tim Kirkian, Buster Olney, and Jeff Passan all share your plight and have thoughts and perspective on the matter. The greatest all-time college baseball team. All right, I know I made things sound pretty doom and gloom for our beloved baseball in that previous section, so consider this my attempt to make amends. While the 2020 College World Series was canceled due to the coronavirus panic, we still wanted to show love for the baseball postseason. What better way to do that than by voting for the best player at every position in college baseball history to make an all-time team? I can't think of any. Starting Monday, June 15th, that's today, you can vote for the top players. Voting will be available for each position for 3 days, and when it's over, we'll have a final lineup reveal. Buster Posey is on the catcher's voting slate today, and Alex Bregman joins the party when shortstop voting commences tomorrow. Go ahead and cast some votes. I promise it will make you feel better. Actually, I can't promise that, but I'm willing to bet it won't make you feel worse. Things to watch. Clemson football takes a stand for racial justice. On Saturday, Clemson football players and their coach Dabo Swinney led thousands of attendees in a campus march in support of equality. The march to raise awareness of social injustices and police brutality experienced by Black Americans was organized by 4 Clemson players: running back Darian Rencher, linebacker Mike Jones Jr., wide receiver Cornell Powell, and quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Prior to the start of the event, Lawrence said, "This isn't just a stance that we want to take for one day and then forget about and then move on with our lives. We really want to fight for this every day, and that's really the commitment that we're making by doing this today." So you're still referring to it as equality? Not like we don't already have that. Overheard. Hoopers say what y'all want. If King James said he hoopin', we all hooping. Not personal, only business. Hashtag stay woke. Patrick Beverly via Twitter. Okay. Remember when? Shh. Hey. Shh. Today's sports memory is brought to you by the legend Tim Duncan. On this date in 2003, the big fundamental recorded a triple-double and fell 2 blocks shy of a quadruple-double. by tallying 21 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, and 8 blocks as the Spurs defeated the Nets to win their second NBA title in franchise history. Oh, it has also been exactly a year since the Lakers put the league on notice by trading for one Anthony Davis. What a time to be alive. Until next time, remember, Rocky II was released 41 years ago on this date. If that's not a good excuse to cue up a tasteful training montage and get after it on a Monday, I don't know what is. This has been your ESPN Daily for June 15th, 2020. Okay, that's nice. Yahoo Sports, Read and React, brought to you by Yahoo Sports. Trending. Don't click, Ravens fans. Jet ski 1, Lamar Jackson 0. Oh. Are the Lakers divided about returning from quarantine? Christian Hackenberg is trying to pull a Tebow and jump to baseball. Tom Brady, Antonio Brown work out with Deion's son. And Antonio Brown? Wow. USA could challenge IOC's ban on Olympic protests. Brother. The Lead. Scrambling for scraps of good news, and there are some, by Jay Busby. Morning, friends. See if this little scenario sounds familiar to you. Back when I was a college kid coming home to my parents' house, I would go to the refrigerator, open it up, scan the shelves and drawers of food there, scavenging, and if I couldn't find what I wanted, I'd shut the door, only to reopen it 15 minutes later, just to see if something delicious had materialized in the meantime. I still do this. That magical thinking, if I wait just a little bit longer, everything will change and happiness will appear, is pretty much how I feel constantly these days when thinking about sports. Week after week, Twitter scroll after Twitter scroll, I keep waiting to see if something, anything. What? Twitter scroll after Twitter scroll, I keep waiting to see if something, anything will change about baseball, basketball, or hockey. We've hit something of a plateau right now in sports, a lull in the cascade of reopening efforts and social upheaval. After last week's upheaval over the removal of the Confederate flag from its races, NASCAR is rolling along, waiting for a critical mass of fans to return. After seeing everyone from stars to the commissioner pledge to support protesting players, the NFL is in a holding pattern, waiting for the potential fan backlash and the inevitable scorching presidential tweet. Baseball, as it always does, is managing to simultaneously shoot one of its own feet and take a chainsaw to the other. You get the idea. There is good news, though, and that's what I'm hanging on to right now. NASCAR is trundling right along, apparently without infection to date of drivers, crew, or on-track personnel. Golf returned this week, and as strange as it was to see a tournament without fans, the Charles Schwab Challenge gave golf fans the jolt of a star-laden leaderboard and a playoff. But here's the really cool thing. Take a look at that photo above. It's a rugby match between the Otago Highlanders and the Waikato Chiefs in New Zealand. There are 20,000 fans in attendance. This photo was taken Saturday. Well, look at that. New Zealand has run COVID-19 out of the country. There are no cases whatsoever, and that means everyone there can gather just like old times. No masks, no social distancing. Sounds like heaven, doesn't it? Yeah, New Zealand is very small. Granted, New Zealand is an island nation with a population about equivalent to Alabama's. But unlike Alabama, New Zealand shut its borders, shut down non-essential businesses, and kept people from interacting with those outside their family units for 3 months. The result? Game on. This is not to set off rounds of finger-pointing. I'm sure you can handle that yourself. This is just to say that at some point we'll all be back in the stadiums and arenas as well. Maybe not this year, maybe not much of next, but one day. It doesn't feel like it right now, but the ultimate goal is out there. New Zealand just showed us the way. I believe that, just like I believe that one of these days I'm going to open the fridge door and the NBA will have left me a big, delicious lemon meringue pie. You'll see. Game plan. Oz. Timeline of scandal and shame for McGuire and Souza. Haynes, details on the NBA players' call chaired by Kyrie Irving. Brown, baseball explodes into full-scale labor warfare. Golf, still cruel. In the very first PGA Tour event back after the panic breakout, The golf gods took out their wrath on not one, but two Sunday leaders. First, Xander Schauffele horseshoed his way out of the playoff. Aww. Aww. Then, in that playoff, Colin Morikawa, oh my goodness, how is that even possible? Botched this cruel putt, handing the tournament to Daniel Berger. Oof. Oh, that's awful. Follow Yahoo Sports on social. And that is it for Sundry Sports. If anybody watches this, you know, it would be cool if you subscribed. But whatever. Thank you.